Hey everybody, it's Cyborg and I am joined by Temp, and today we have Year 5, issue number 10. So thank you guys for tuning in. Please like the video and subscribe. If you haven't seen the previous ones, definitely go check out those so that way you are not spoiled. But we're going to jump right into it here. So, pulling up the comic now and we'll recap it. Okay. So we start off with Superman flying, saying he wants this imposter now. Wonder Woman, Hal, they're all flying, still looking for him. Hal makes a definite quip saying, because I guess Superman reminds him that he wants him alive, and Hal says, I was just going to chop his head clean off. You know, the regime way. And Wonder Woman says, your sarcasm is not appreciated, Hal. And he goes, I definitely appreciate it. Maybe we should put it to a vote. What do you say, Vic? And Superman just says, shut up, Hal. It's good stuff. It's finally Hal. I feel like Hal is finally at that point where he's starting to kind of realize the issues with the regime.
Well, I think he always realized them. I think the fear kept him at bay, but the fear is starting to deteriorate where he hates what he's become so much. It's like, what am I surviving for? What am I living for?
Yeah.
Like,
then we cut to not Superman. He am Superman now. Bizarro is once again with Lex as we left off last time, and he's bringing Trickster to him. He lays Trickster on the table and asks Lex to please fix him. Lex tries to explain to him that he's passed on, that he's dead, he can't do anything. But Bizarro says, no, you made me, you make him better. And Lex is kind of shocked at this, and he says, I made you? And then he tries to convince Bizarro that he didn't make him. He found him, but did not make him. He actually found him frozen in ice in the Arctic. And his best guess is that he is from another planet and have been there for a long time. Or been here for a long time. So he's trying to convince him of his origin being from another planet similar to Superman's. But it definitely comes off like he's trying to play mind games to convince Bizarro of him not making him, thus to cover his own tracks. Which he takes a little bit further as he says to Bizarro, because Bizarro's going along with this and believes Lex, and he wants to run some tests on Bizarro. So he puts Bizarro in a chamber, and he cranks up the heat. 150,000 Fahrenheit, no big deal. 1,425,000 Fahrenheit, no big deal. 9,975,375 degrees Fahrenheit? 25 million degrees Fahrenheit? It's getting a little warm in here. that's all he says.
a little bit of discomfort.
I am warm. Did I pass the test? And I guess he's doing better than even Lex thought, and he realizes as doing some of these tests that he's got diminished mental capacity, but in every other way he mirrors Superman. So he's hoping to be able to destroy Bizarro to destroy all the evidence of him creating him. But this gets a little bit spoiled as Flash is on his way to come see Lex. So he kind of has to put the kibosh on this, and he gives Bizarro some coordinates to go find where he found him. And Bizarro goes along with this and says, okay, I'll follow it. Lex points the way for him and gives him some, like I said, the coordinates and a little beeper thing to help him get there. Because obviously he's not going to be able to read coordinates worth crap. So, as he does that, then we see Bizarro arrive at the entrance of the Fortress of Solitude. But then we cut back to Lex. He has his meeting with Flash, and Flash explains that, okay, we need this prison built today. And we cut back to Bizarro. He walks inside the Fortress of Solitude, and then all of a sudden, Doomsday attacks him. We're left off on that chapter, immediately picking up on the next one. And Wonder Woman, Hal, and Superman, Cyborg tells them that Lex found him and that he's at the Fortress of Solitude. So Superman makes his way over to there and crashes the party, so to speak. Bizarro's seen fighting Doomsday, and then it's explained to us that the reason why Doomsday is working for them, so to speak, is Lex is mind controlling Doomsday, as we see, and he has control of him, and he's ordered him to kill Bizarro. He warns Clark not to get in the mix because potentially Doomsday could get confused and attack them both. And as Bizarro's getting the best of Doomsday, he actually takes this as an opportunity. He says, hey, I could end Superman's regime right here. So he does it. So what he does is has Doomsday start attacking both of them. Well, not both of them, but Clark specifically. And so Doomsday is starting to beat on him. Lex uses this as an excuse to say, look, I warned you. Doomsday must be confused. Hold on, I'm trying to fix it. Flash immediately leaves to go help Superman. Meanwhile, Bizarro and Doomsday are beating down Superman. And then Lex, being incredibly stupid, says, I can't do this. Not this way. I'm not murderer. And yes, he says, I'm not murderer, because several times in this issue, for whatever reason, they leave out certain words. Like, they leave out, I'm not a murderer, or there's other examples in here that we'll get to, but this happened like 3 or 4 times where they just left out like a word entirely. It makes zero sense.
I didn't notice that. I'm scrolling now to see if I can find that.
He goes, not this way, I'm not murderer.
Huh.
When he reverses his decision and has him help.
Yeah, that seems like... I mean, I used to do copy editing for a journalism periodical, and I mean, it's very easy to do something like that. It's because your brain will project words.
Because at the end, he goes, run every test... Superman tells Lex, run every test you have, and then think of some new ones. I want to know where it came from.
Yeah, I found it.
Yeah, so there's 2 that I just pointed out, and I think there was a third earlier on. I was gonna let one slide, like that's easy to do, but I mean 3 in one issue.
Maybe it's I guess the person who's writing for Bizarro just got stuck in that sort of.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, I guess that would make sense. But anyway, so like I said, as Doomsday's beating down Clark as well as Bizarro, Lex has a change of heart. He says, "I'm not a murderer. I'm not murderer." And he makes it so Doomsday once again attacks Bizarro. Clark is kind of recovering from the beatdown as Flash is tending to him. And meanwhile, on top of the Umbrella Factory, Doomsday puts Bizarro in a chokehold and then breaks his neck. Superman yells out, no, get away from him. And Flash asks if he's dead, and he confirms that he is dead. Superman grabs Bizarro's body, flies him all the way to Lex's office, throws him down on top of his desk, which Lex says, is that really necessary? Superman explains that he wanted him alive, he made that clear, and to run every test, as I mentioned before, to find out where he came from. So Superman clearly wants to know where he came from. He wants answers, potentially somewhat not believing Lex when he told him originally, when he tried to do the whole lie detector thing. And we see Bizarro laying dead in front of Lex. The reason why this kind of made zero sense to me, why he spared Superman's life. 1, what? Superman has murdered several people. Like,
yeah.
So why can't Lex just do the job? And 2, I understand, okay, just because Superman kills doesn't mean Lex wants to kill. But at the end of the day, he was just trying to kill Bizarro. He was put him in a tank to kill him. And then he had Doomsday kill him. Immediately after changing his mind to not kill Clark, he kills Bizarro using Doomsday as his means to do so.
It wasn't even out of some moral conviction. He was doing it to destroy the evidence. It wasn't
I know. It's like, kill a dictator, this tyrant that's just been wrecking havoc and causing all of this destruction, killing civilians, etc. The whole reason he's like a sleeper agent for the other team, a spy, if you will. And then he comes to some sort of like barrier where he can't finish the job, and then he ends up killing Bizarro, no problem. Just, to me, that's just like a lack of logic. It's very contradicting, and it's not even like contradicting lack of storyline consistency from like many issues ago to this issue. It's all within like the span of 3 panels. He completely contradicts himself, so that was kind of a disconnect to me.
Well, I'm a little worn out on the Lex trying to keep his cover storyline. Although I'm gonna miss Bizarro. I really enjoyed his story segments.
Yeah.
Just like I was gonna miss, and now it makes complete sense why Trickster died then, because it felt premature in the last issue. But if this is where they were going with it, then
yeah, I mean, they were wrapping this up. I mean, we're halfway through year 5 at this point. This issue would be the halfway point, or the ending of the first half, so to speak. So it does make sense, yeah, to wrap up this story arc that they have. And it was good. It was a good story arc. I like this. Overall, I would say I liked these first 10 issues as a whole. I mean, there were certain low points, definitely certain high points, but overall, I'd say I liked it. So, but yeah, it sucks to see Bizarro die, and definitely in that fashion where Lex was being very contradictory of himself. So that was kind of annoying to me. But yeah, overall, reasonable.
yeah, it definitely bothers me that he's like, I'm not a murderer. I can't do this. And then he turns to Bizarro and was like, well, I can't have you walking around.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, just, I put a bad taste in my mouth as well.
Yeah. Should have just finished Superman. But obviously, for the sake of the thing, obviously they can't end it there, but yeah. Anyways. I mean, it would have been a hell of a way to end this whole Injustice storyline for the Injustice Superman if I mean, that would have been super intelligent on Lex's part to have Bizarro and Doomsday tag team him. Like, that would have been fantastic. But, anyways. That is not how it played out. Unfortunately, that is the end of line for Bizarro, at least as of now. Which also means we have no reason to get Trickster back. So, I doubt Lex follows through on that request. And, yeah. Bizarro, yeah. He had a good run. Hopefully we get him as like a premiere skin in the game. I would love a premiere skin for Superman to be Bizarro. That would be cool.
That would be tight. And there's zero reason they can't do it.
Oh yeah, especially if we're led to believe that he didn't have, heat breath and freeze vision. In this world, it looks like he just had the same... What is this? As I say that, I just noticed on the cover image, Bizarro has freeze vision. Look at what he's doing on Doomsday. What is going on? Why? Why can you get him right on the cover, but not at any point in the actual series?
He not have freeze vision. I don't know.
Yeah, he not have freeze vision. Whatever. I still enjoy
There
him.
are some problems.
Yeah.
We've noticed there might be some problems with this issue.
Either way, I still enjoyed him, nonetheless. But yeah, if they're going to add him to the game and they want to use, if they want to just disregard the differences in powers, they could just point to the comics as an example of why they could get away with it, making him a premier skin with Clark's powers, because in the comics, he didn't have different powers. So either way, I would still love to see him, though. I'd love to see his personality with the different voices, and the different opening dialogues with the other characters would be fantastic with his dumb speech. It would be great.
It feels like it's too easy not to do, in my opinion. But I've been wrong before.
So, hopefully. I want to see him with a medal around his neck that he wears in the comics that says Bizarro #1. Just good stuff. But anyways, that's enough for this issue, guys. And for the first half of year 5, we are in the final stretch, as I've said. And we will see you tomorrow for issue number 11 of the comics. So you guys take care.
Peace out, guys.
See ya.